Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. And in today's video, guys, it is the start of a new month here. So I'm gonna be giving you guys my thoughts on everything that I watched that came out in the month of July. And I'm very excited to see to tell you guys what I watched in the month of July because this was a great month for movies this year, and this is what I do at the end of every month is I give you guys my thoughts on what I watched that came out in the month of March, or some other movies that came out this year that I wasn't able to watch the month came out, and I ended up watching this month as well, as a matter of fact. But yeah, guys, that is what I'm going to be doing here today for today's video, as a matter of fact. Comment down below what did you think of everything you watched in the month of July, as a matter of fact. But be sure you hit that like button as well as the red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and TV related stuff. I also do Lego related stuff. I do haul and unboxing videos. I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on my channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube and want to show your support, be sure to go check out my channel, as a matter of fact. But without any further ado, guys, let's get started here. Okay. So the first movie I end up watching that came out this month was Jurassic World Rebirth, as a matter of fact. So many people. So this movie has got a lot of mixed reviews. I heard some people say that they liked it. There's people that said it's okay, and there's other people that have said that they don't care for this movie at all. But in my personal opinion, this was actually the best Jurassic World / Jurassic Park movie since the first Jurassic World, as a matter of fact. I really enjoyed this movie and how well it sets up a new era for this franchise. And that's what I enjoyed about the first Jurassic World. Like, I like how that movie just sets up this new era so perfectly, and it leaves the events of the original 3 movies behind, and it starts a whole new era for these movies. And so that was the reason why I liked the first Jurassic World. But in this movie, it also sets up a new group of characters. It also sets up a new group of characters so well as well, and they introduce another island for this franchise as well. Sorry guys, I'm trying to clear some notifications. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had a bunch of notifications showing up, so I was just clearing out those. But yes, I also like how they introduce us to this new facility that we haven't even heard about as well. And the thing is, we had the original Jurassic Park that was in the first Jurassic Park movie, but we also found out that there was another island in that area. I don't remember the name of the country or the area that the islands are in, but I know it has a specific name though. But yeah, there was another island where the original Jurassic Park was in that area, but then they also introduced that there was a third island in that area as well. And I enjoyed how they introduced and set up this new location for the franchise. They introduced all of these new characters. I really like the introduction of like all these mutated dinosaurs as well. And yeah, the storyline in this movie is really well done. And and yeah, this was just a good Jurassic Park movie overall. And yes, I think this is the best one since the first Jurassic World, in my personal opinion. But next up on our list, we have we have the um we have the new Superman movie that released this month, and this was the start of the DCU, for the DC universe, as a matter of fact. And boy, I loved this movie. The storyline in this movie was really well driven. The special effects were good in this movie. This new adaptation of Superman was really well established as well. And yeah, this was just a fantastic movie overall. This was a great superhero movie as well. And if you guys have not seen this movie yet, you're definitely missing out. Go watch this movie in theaters. It is a fantastic experience that you will not forget at all. This is a great movie, and I would recommend you guys go see this movie in theaters because it is pretty darn good, as a matter of fact. But taking a break from like the big huge blockbusters for a second, I actually went and saw I also went and saw the new Smurfs movie this summer. And to be honest, a lot of people actually did not like this movie. But personally, I've never been like a huge fan, or like a big fan of the Smurfs, but I actually have enjoyed the Smurfs. I'm not like a big fan of them or anything, but I think the Smurfs movies are pretty good. And honestly, I thought this one wasn't bad either. I actually had a good time with this movie. Is this a great movie? No. Is this going to be like one of the top 10 best movies of the year? No. Is this like an outstanding or like a very well written movie? No. But for fun and entertainment, and if you want to watch like a kids movie or something, I feel like this would be a great movie to put on in the background, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this movie, I thought this movie was pretty decent, as a matter of fact. Like, it's not great, but I don't think that this movie's too bad. I actually think that this movie was pretty good, in my opinion. But that exact same day, I actually went and saw the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. And honestly, I do not understand why so many people hate this movie. Like, the audience score on this movie is pretty high, but also but the critics score is not. And I have actually seen some reviews on this movie, and I've only seen one review where somebody says you should go see this movie in the theater. And and honestly I kind of disagree. I think if you're a big fan of this franchise, you would probably enjoy this movie because it's pretty darn good for what it is, in my personal opinion. And I'm not gonna give anything about this movie away because I want you guys to go in blind. But this movie, I actually think what was pretty good, and it was fun and entertaining. Like, in my personal opinion, this is probably the second best movie in in the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise, because obviously the original one's the best, and then I would say this one's probably second. But I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is good, but it's not quite as good as the first one, but because that one has like more guilty pleasure added into it, so it's not intended to be like a great movie or anything, so it's not quite as near as the quality of the first one. But then I Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I Always Know What You Did Last Summer. We're not going to even talk about that one because everybody knows that's the worst of the franchise. Like, I don't know anybody that doesn't have that movie in last place when it comes to these movies. But yeah, I would recommend you guys watch I Know What You Did Last Summer because this is a great legacy sequel, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more legacy sequels down the line, because as of right now there's only been 3 legacy sequels total, because obviously we just had the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie, but then we also have but then there was also the Halloween 2018 movie, and then Scream 5 was also a legacy sequel as well. So I think those are the only 3 legacy sequels that we have gotten so far for the horror genre. But I want to see more down the line, as a matter of fact. But yeah. But the last movie that I went and saw in theaters before we move on to streaming here, as a matter of fact, I want to talk about the Fantastic Four: First Steps. And honestly, this was a fantastic movie. This is probably one of the best MCU movies post Endgame. And this is a cinematic masterpiece because the way that this movie is captured is really well done. It's very well written too, but also the CGI with Galactus was really well done. And honestly, I cannot wait to pick this movie up when it releases on physical, because I will definitely be adding this movie into my collection at some point. And this is a great movie overall. If you guys have not seen it yet, I would recommend, and stay for the post-credit scene. The first post-credit scene is the one that's most important and sets up for Avengers Doomsday, as a matter of fact. And I cannot wait to see the Fantastic Four again on screen. And before we move on to what I watch on streaming, guys, let me grab something here real fast. So when I went and saw the Fantastic Four: First Steps, you guys probably all know what's coming. I got the $80 Galactus popcorn bucket, as a matter of fact. And it lights up, and this thing is massive. I haven't even found a place to put this yet. But yeah, if you guys are a big fan of the Fantastic Four, I hope you got one for yourselves, as a matter of fact. But those of you that didn't get one, I think I heard that Regal Cinemas is getting some more in this week. But don't quote me on that, because I don't know if that's 100% accurate or not. But if you guys go to your local movie theater, please take this with a grain of salt. And if they do have them there, I hope you get one for yourself, as a matter of fact, because this thing is cool. And if you're a big fan of the Fantastic Four in general, this thing is worth picking up as well, as a matter of fact. But so that is everything I went and saw in the theater. I ended up watching 2 movies that came out this month on streaming. So the first one I watched was Heads of State. This is an action movie that's an Amazon Prime original, and this is starring John Cena and Idris Elba as well. And a lot of people saw the trailer for this movie and thought it was just going to be like a generic action movie. Like, I don't think this movie's generic at all. What is with people in saying that these action movies are generic? Like, I watched Love Hurts when it dropped on streaming, and I didn't go see that movie in the theater because I thought it was going to be like a generic action movie with the exact same plot retreaded from a different action movie. But that one wasn't. So that is not a generic action movie, and Heads of State is not a generic action movie either. This is arguably probably one of the best action movies of the year so far, because I really enjoy this movie. John Cena and Idris Elba kill it in this movie, and this movie is pretty darn good, as a matter of fact. And if you guys have not watched this yet, I would recommend you do it, because this movie's pretty fun. But the last and final movie I watched this month that dropped on streaming was Happy Gilmore 2. I have never seen the first one until this month. I watched the first one this month with my dad, and then we watched the second one the exact same day, and I enjoyed the first Happy Gilmore. It was really funny, and I'm gonna say though, guys, this might not be true for all of you, but Happy Gilmore 2 was a great legacy sequel, and I would even put it on par with the first one, because the first one was pretty darn funny. And I'm not going to give too much away either, but Happy Gilmore 2 is a must watch if you are a fan of the first Happy Gilmore, because I actually thought this one was just as funny as the first one. It's not very likely for most people that the first one is as funny as the first, but in my personal opinion, this one did it well, as a matter of fact. But so yeah, guys, that is everything that I watched in the month of July, as a matter of fact, and what I thought of everything that came out in the month of July, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video for today, as a matter of fact. Be sure you hit that like button as well as the red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. But without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna go bring you back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye.